You open your fridge, grab a yogurt, and check the date. It expired yesterday. Would you eat it or toss it? It looks fresh, it smells fine, nothing seems wrong, but your brain says, don't risk it. Every year, millions of families throw away good food without even realizing it, all because of one tiny date.
Most people assume once the date passes, the food is automatically unsafe. But it's not that simple.
Today, you'll discover what these dates really mean and why almost everyone misunderstands them. Let's go back about 100 years. Back then, food had no date labels. People simply trusted their senses. If milk smelled sour, you poured it out. If bread looked stale, you skipped it. It was that simple. But then, everything changed. Food wasn't coming from nearby farms anymore. It traveled across the entire country. But here's the problem. How could stores know what was still fresh? Customers needed a system they could trust. So manufacturers started printing dates on food packages. And that simple idea changed grocery stores forever. Sounds smart, right? But here's what almost nobody realizes. Those dates don't all mean the same thing. Let's start with Best By. Despite what many people think, it isn't a safety warning. It's simply the date when the food tastes its best. That means your cereal, crackers, or pasta don't suddenly become dangerous the next day. They may simply lose a little freshness. Now, Use By is different. This label is mainly used on foods that spoil much faster and should be taken more seriously. Foods like fresh meat, seafood, and some dairy products can become unsafe because harmful bacteria aren't always visible or easy to smell. Then there's Sell By. Surprisingly, this date isn't really for you. It's there to help grocery stores manage their shelves. So when people say, it's expired, they're often talking about completely different labels that mean completely different things. Believe it or not, food companies usually decide these dates themselves. But they're not just taking a wild guess. Before a product ever reaches the shelf, it's tested for freshness, taste, texture, and shelf life. Pretty thorough, right? Here's the kicker. That printed date usually marks when the product is at its best, not necessarily the last day it's safe. To play it safe, many companies choose conservative dates. And that's where most people get tripped up. Now check this out. Unopened canned food, dry pasta, and rice can often last much longer than people expect, if they're stored properly. But hold on, does that mean you should ignore every expiration date? Not even close. Here's the thing. Some foods really do become risky after the date. Fresh meat, seafood, and certain dairy products deserve extra caution. But pantry foods? That's a different story. Rice, pasta, cereal, and canned food usually lose quality long before they become unsafe. Think about it. A printed date can't see mold, smell sour milk, or check if food was stored the right way. Food that's been left out too long can become unsafe, even before the printed date ever arrives. The real trick? Use the label as a guide, then trust proper storage and obvious signs of spoilage, not the calendar alone. And that's why millions of perfectly edible meals end up in the trash every single year, when many of them never needed to. So the next time you spot an expiration date, don't just read it, understand it. Because if one tiny label can fool millions of people, what other things have been hiding the truth in plain sight?